Hi, I'm Angie, owner of Knit Paper Scissors in Lincoln, Nebraska, and this is Kay, our sweater coach here at Knit Paper Scissors. We know that people enjoy knitting sweaters, but sometimes that process can be intimidating as to yarns, sizes, what pattern to make, and we have found that it's really valuable to have someone to help you walk through that process. So that's one of Kay's roles here at Knit Paper Scissors. So today we're going to talk about Kay's experience as a knitter. We'll also talk about some of her favorite sweaters that she has made. I know she's made a lot. And we might even give you a sneak peek of what's to come. So Kay, tell us how long you've been knitting, some of your experience of your journey, your knitting journey.
Well, my journey started back when I was in high school. I wanted to learn how to knit, and I had a lady in my church that was a master knitter. And so a little town, I'd ride my bike to her house, and that's where I learned to knit. You didn't have all the resources you have now. We didn't have YouTube. We didn't have the computer things. I went and I looked at her books, and then she was my guide through things. Mm-hmm. That's when it started.
That's how it started. So did you continue to, that was just probably a few years ago.
Oh, yes.
if you were riding your bike. So did you continue to knit through your life? I mean, I know you have family, and what kind of happened with that part of your life?
Well, and many of you that started knitting, maybe younger, find that you knitted in spurts during your life. And that was me as well, because even when I was in college, that was kind of my go-to to knit, to have some relaxation, some relief, get away from the studying. But then when it came time for career and family, it ended up being little bits and pieces until when my daughter was on a dance team, and in junior high and high school, there was a lot of sitting, going to dance competitions.
Sure.
Guess what? My accompaniment with me always was a knitting project.
Of course.
And that kind of got me back into it and has kept me in it, and retirement has been awesome.
I think so. I'm really grateful that Kay walked into Knit Paper Scissors, let's see, 9 years ago. Yeah. And said, what did you say? Would you need any help here? Or?
Yeah, do you need any help? Got someone to come in and wind yarn once in a while for big projects?
Yeah, so.
And Angie said, let's talk.
And here we are, now talking about sweaters. So you've obviously been knitting for a while, but I know that you like to knit a lot of things, but I see a lot of sweaters. These sweaters around us are all your sweaters, and I think that's just a sampling.
Yes, a sampling.
So tell us kind of how your sweater knitting has evolved and what you like about it.
Okay, I'd say the main thing is the more sweaters you knit, the better you get at knitting sweaters, the better you learn what you like for style of sweaters, how you like to wear sweaters, what density you like of your sweaters. You learn so much the more you do it. And what I like is sometimes finding a standard pattern that I really, really like, and then modifying it. And you still have a different look with each time you do it.
Sure, because you use different yarn too, right?
Yes,
right.
Yes.
So do you always have a sweater on the needles?
Pretty much. Maybe two, maybe three, just depends. And they're not all for me, but a lot of them are.
A lot of them are, right. So I guess as a sweater coach, you need to knit a lot of sweaters, and that's what Kay has done. So we're going to take a look at some of her favorite sweaters.
This is kind of my new favorite pattern.
Okay.
It's a helix sweater, and what I like about it is you can mix and match different yarns because you end up knitting at a DK weight, but you can use two lace weights. You can use a lace weight with like our little Kumo. You can use it with the Soyo or Ariel mohair, or you could use a DK by itself. I like this pattern because I've done 3 versions already.
Well, my gosh, is that it's
and they're all different.
We've got this one, and then
I've got
this
the round
one.
neck with the 3/4 length sleeve, which is perfect for this transition weather. This one is my version that's the rounded neck, but long sleeve.
Okay.
And my third version is her V-neck. So you can do a V-neck, and this one is a little bit shorter cropped.
Can't quite see
It's
because
hard
of
to
the
see
color,
the
but
color,
there is
yeah,
a really,
it is
let's hold it a little closer. There is a V-neck to
It's
it.
just
Yeah.
a lovely V-neck.
Mm-hmm. Great.
And I did bracelet length sleeves on it. So one pattern, I've got 3 looks out of it, and if I changed my yarns up, put it with a Tweety yarn, I could make it something a little more casual, whatever you want. So that was a real fun pattern to find to do modifications.
Well, obviously
of.
you've made 3 of them, and I
I
imagine you have another one on the
have.
needle. You're thinking about
I've
your
got
next
yarn,
one.
I've got some yarn, you know, sitting waiting.
Okay.
The next one I want to talk about is another basic cardigan I like, and it's the Jane cardigan. And it's a round neck. You know, a lot of times I choose things that I think will stay in my closet a long time. I want to invest in nice fibers. I want to choose a style that does not really say that was made in 2020, this was made in 2025. Some of these you can have multiple years and they will never be out of style because they're just a classic style.
And this is a cardigan.
This is a cardigan.
And so this is like a top-down cardigan, correct?
Yes, and this one's a raglan sleeve with kind of a standard type of a raglan in it. You'll find out if you like raglans, if you like drop shoulders, what you like best, a V-neck or a round neck. But that's why you have a variety of them.
Okay, and then we have a Jane back here, right?
My brown one back here is also a Jane.
Okay.
And these two were both done with DK weight yarns.
Okay.
So once again, you can do a lot of mixing. I'm anxious to see how this sweater looks using some of our new yarns. Our Rambouillet is an awesome new DK weight with a wonderful feel, which would be perfect.
Okay, next, what do we have here?
Oh, next we have another one that is a standard for me. I've made 3 of it.
Oh.
And as I look at these, I've worn them a lot. It's maybe time to make another one. It's the Calliope. It's a perfect sweater for a nice fit. You can modify it so many different ways. Has a rounded neck with your increases occurring in your neck, and then you do a raglan. So you have a combination there, but wonderful fit. The sleeves, I love the fact that you have a long cuff. You can make it any length you want, but that's what gives you the options. This one I did is just a standard version. And again, we're talking DK weights, so you can mix and match your yarns, combining them, or do a regular DK. You know, this, Angie, I know you did this one.
I did.
With La Bienne yarns.
Right, and I mixed my yarn. So I used like the Helix, Felix, Alix with a little Kumo. So you could use it with the soyu, like you said. And I've heard Amy talk about that. It's creating your fabric. So that's what you can do by mixing and matching yarns.
You know, what I've done is this sweater pattern, depending on your yarn, it's replacing what I used to have as sweatshirts in my closet. So you have a little bit dressier look, but yet very casual.
Like this one looks nice and comfy and casual.
This is a favorite. This one is done with a Tweety type of yarn, and I think we've got some new DK tweeds coming in. So
we do. Yes, yes.
And the third one back behind me, the red one, is also in one of these. This one here I did with a split hem. So you can do different things with the same pattern and get different
Did
looks.
you have that, was the split hem in the pattern, or did you just make that modification?
I just did
Okay.
it. Yeah.
All right. Yeah. All right. So that's, again, another advantage of having Kay here as a sweater coach, is the ability to kind of say, hey, I'd like to make an adjustment to my pattern. And we can help you. She can help you with that. We have you set appointments with Kay. For more specific. You can come in for general help during our help sessions, but if you need more specific help on a sweater, then we'll set a time with Kay so that you can review that sweater. Okay, so these were pretty basic, like you said, a sweatshirt, solid, so they're gonna go with a lot of your wardrobe, but you like to do color work, I know. And this one, tell us about this beautiful sweater here.
A lot of people know that I'm a color work lover. And this one was so fun to do. This one is the Instant Crush, and it's all done with La Bienne mohairs. And it's soft, it's fuzzy. You know, I just wear a light little cuddle dud or light little tee underneath it. It takes away any of the itch, but it was fun to do in color work.
So, is this instant crush? Yeah, you see it when you see it, you're instantly in love with it. Did you carry two together? Is that right? Was it, or was it one? No,
I was thinking, you know, I'll have to go back and
I
look
think it
on
was
that.
one, Kay, maybe.
I'm
don't
not
remember.
sure. I'll have to look on that again.
Okay, we'll put it
But
in
we
the
got
notes.
a lot of new colors of mohairs in.
Ariel mohair from Barocco would be perfect
Yeah.
for this. And the Soyu, of course, from La Bien Ami would be perfect as well.
But that was one I loved doing as a Colorwork.
Now, this was just round and round,
Yes,
so you didn't,
yes.
you know, it looks complicated, but it
top
isn't.
down with a raglan, and it's definitely, you do some short rows to, you know, make your neck be a really nice fit, and then you're just off in the circle.
Okay. Sounds easy.
Yeah.
All right, very good. And what else? We have a couple other.
I do. Behind you, Angie, there
Oh, yeah.
is the Stone Crop Cardi,
Uh-huh.
and it's got a lot of color work, but it's also got some texture things built in. And the fun thing on this sweater was it was done in the round and then steeped. So
That's where you cut it.
That's where you cut it. It's all in a circle, and you cut, and then you build your button bands. And you want to use a nice little stickiness of a yarn. So we got our wool
Patagonia.
stock light, and Patagonia could be used, and you could also use
Oh, is this
merino
fingering though?
singles.
This was fingering, so Patagonia would be more of a
It'd
DK.
be a little heavier, maybe.
Yeah, so.
But
right.
that was a fun one and a good choice to be able to learn how to do a steek with.
Okay,
and
and
then
that's
I
cutting
have-
your sweater.
Yeah. And then the last one up here is the quilty. And this is done in fingering. And you, as you can see, you've got kind of a variegated yarn that I used. And then for a pop of color. Yeah.
And that's just like a yoke for your yoke color work, okay? So
Yes.
that's like not the whole piece.
Right.
So
right.
that would be, there are many sweaters like my sweater that I have on.
The gold wing.
The gold wing, yes, is the color work at the top. So that then you can practice your color work. Well, I have a little bit on the sleeves too, but practice your color work, and then it's plain knitting for
Round
the
and
body.
round and
You know, a
round.
lot of people talk about sweaters being difficult to make, but we've often said that they're almost easier than some other things we do, right?
Yes.
Because why?
Well, because once you build out, the hardest part always is getting started and building out your neck area. I'm a big lover of top down. And the reason I like top down more than bottom up is you try on as you go. And then you're more likely to get the fit you want, the length you want, and I just like doing that.
If I want to knit a sweater, my first sweater, what are some of the important things that I'm going to need to do?
Well, if you're going to start out and do a sweater, I think you want to start with a sweater that has some of the basics that you will use in almost any sweater that you're working with. And what we used last summer, we're going to continue again this fall with the step-by-step sweater. And I'll just show you the step-by-step here. I really like this sweater as a beginning sweater. It's got great support videos along with it. The designer did an awesome job with that. You have different option choices for your neck. You learn how to do short rows to raise the back of the neck up, and that just impacts the fit of a sweater. And in this one, you're also learning how to do your raglans, and your raglan increases.
And so I'm also gonna learn about gauge, right?
That's
important.
point.
Yeah.
You know, I tell people a couple different things before they start. Find something that you like that fits the way you like it. A sweater you have right now. Measure it. See what under the underarm is. See what the width of it is so you know, configure your circumference. That helps you to know what size you want to do, because sweaters have what we call ease. And that's either how tight they are or how loose they are. So we want to figure out that for you. You also then, after you decided kind of that, you want to do a gauge swatch. That's essential to having a fit, because the gauge is how many stitches you knit per inch. And if you're off 1 stitch per inch on a full sweater, that's a big impact.
Very much so.
And it could be either too big or too little, depending on what your swatch is telling you.
So you're going to learn that. You're going to learn that in any of our sweater from we call this our step-by-step. This is our first sweater. And then we also do other sweater knit-alongs, right?
yes,
Kind of
during
throughout
the
the year.
And we'll be planning some of those, and we really hope, one thing too, I don't make a sweater and say I've made a sweater and stop. Or say I made my first sweater, it really didn't fit the way I want. It's kind of like Angie says with socks. The first pair you're learning, you're trialing it. So we try to make the first sweater a little more economical so that you feel like, okay, if it doesn't fit right, I can gift it away to someone else. But you learn so much about what you want out of your sweater that you can be more successful with each one. But keep them going. Keep one on your needles. Because once you've done your yoke part of a sweater, you can pick up, put down anytime, because you're knitting most of the time on these. They're stockinette, so you're in the round.
And what I found is that then you really start to get a feel for your fit.
Yes.
So then when you're looking at a pattern, you can kind of look at it and say, well, I would need to make this adjustment or that. And we really want you to have success with your sweater knitting, because you do have time and money involved in it. And that's why Kay is our sweater coach. That's why sweaters are an important part here at Knit Paper Scissors. And your success is an important part here at Knit Paper Scissors, because if you have success, then you're going to want to continue to make. And there's nothing, I think, better than wearing something that you have made, a garment that you have made with your own hands.
Yes. People are so amazed, like, you did that? Yes.
So we do a lot of sweater knit-alongs here at Knit Paper Scissors. We usually have some in the fall, some in the spring, even in the summer we do a sweater knit-along. So Kay, are we going to be doing anything this fall?
Yes, we are.
Do you have something you'd like to show us?
Well, I can give you a sneak peek of what we'll be doing.
All right. I think we'd like a sneak peek. Let's see what you've got there. Wow, that's beautiful.
Isn't that pretty?
That's gorgeous. And this pattern is?
This pattern is the Field Day cardigan.
Wonderful.
And it's got a neat construction to it. One thing I really liked that was fun with this one, if you look at the button band.
Oh yeah.
That button band is knitted on as you go.
Oh, how nice.
And there's basically, all you have for a seam is about this much of a seam in the back of the neck, and I love it. This
beautiful.
Is with our new Rambouillet yarn, and it is luscious.
So we're going to do a
yarn.
cardigan this fall.
Yep, we're doing a
I love
cardigan.
it. I love it. This is really good looking. I love the button band that's on it. So with our knit-alongs, you'll get the yarn, you get the pattern, and then we have times where you can come in and knit together and get coaching from Kay while we're doing it, and along with our community. And so that's what's lovely about Knit Paper Scissors, is we have a community that are all working on the same project at the same time, and then you can say, hey, I did this or that, and get clues and tips for that. Kay, this is going to be a great knit along.
It'll be fun.
Right?
Yes.
So, Kay, thanks for sharing all of your beautiful sweaters here. Wouldn't it be great to be able to go to your closet like you did and pull all these sweaters out? And you can do that when you become a sweater knitter.
Exactly.
Right. So Kay's here as our sweater coach. Thank you for that, Kay. And again, if you're interested in help or coaching with her, then call us and we'll make an appointment. But more importantly, jump into any of our events. So we've got our step-by-step sweater, kind of our beginning sweater. We'll have our cardigan, and we probably will even have a few more.